something
Like
one of
ST,
two,
you know.
yeah, one of two things happened.
No, but ST
Yes,
was his time, so you couldn't have countered or rebutted anything.
that is why I'm tilted towards being mature, because this is not the normal Slim you already know.
Yeah, because as a
Whether
host, you couldn't debate him like that.
Exactly. So that is when Robert Clark's statement that you are the host is also a part of the show.
I understand.
He needs to come in.
But on an issue that is debatable, you couldn't just prevent him from making his point. It's very debatable. So,
I mean, solid points over there. But Article 1 is saying we should forget about respect and focus on the artist's talent. That is what he's saying. Ghanaian musician Article 1 has called for a shift in how the public and industry stakeholders treat artists, urging them to prioritize talent over character. In an interview with DJ Slim on Hits FM, the artist pointed out that Ghanaians tend to focus on respect, adding that it usually overshadows the creative potential of musicians. Ghanaians are mostly into respect. Everyone wants somebody to behave in a certain way. I think it's about time we forget about the artist's character and focus on pushing his talent regardless of his antics, Article 1 stated. Well, we just played it, and I'm sure our wonderful listeners, you've heard the whole submission and the import of it. But in the studio, I have my wonderful gentlemen. I have Martinez. I have Mr. Robert Clark. I have Kwame Dadzi, the man himself. Yes. And today, I'm sure you want to, or I want me to continue the story. Oh. You wrote the story, eh?
Which one are you reading? From which website?
This is supposed to be my joy, so it's you.
It's Ghana Web, I think.
Okay, well, yeah. Ghanaians are into respect. Everybody wants everyone wants somebody to behave in a certain way. Now, you pointed out that creative individuals often have unique personalities, and their differences should not lead them being shown by the public despite their artistic contribution. Using his godfather, Shatta Wale, as an example, Article 1 pointed out that despite the dancehall star's strong character, his hard work and talent have made him a role model for many up-and-coming musicians. And that is the end of the story. If I go start this conversation, it go long.
You go fit start.
It go long.
You go fit start.
Let's get closer to the microphone. Robert's mic.
You go fit start.
It go long. And I now understand where this whole artist being special, I now understand where it's coming from, especially when I had Article 1, who is an artist, also weigh into a conversation as strong as this. I now understand where it's coming from. But, we've been through this process too many times for us to be having this conversation in 2025, where we need to understand the relationship that should exist between an ecosystem, and I'm sure he was referring to people outside the ecosystem. But then the part where he mentioned my name means, people out there, they already know that there are certain artists.
You already know
that there are certain artists that I will never, ever, ever in my life, inside, I will never understand their ways. However, I respect their talent. And I've on almost all the platforms that I've been on, when asked a question about them, I will separate their craft from their personality. As to me, being in the right frame of mind as an agent in the ecosystem, would want to promote such artists, that lies with me, because I'm not the only player in the system. There are several players in the system. We live in a country where artists can rise up and disrespect media and still would want media to promote them. It no happen once, it no happen twice. It happen constantly. Most of us have been abused one way or the other. We have artists telling their fan base how irrelevant media houses have become. And they still want the same group of people to be promoting them. Most of the time when I see some media houses and media personalities going at length to promote these artists, I'm like, well, it's your own cup of tea if you feel it sits well with you. But and I'm not going to do that, because this is where I survived. This is where I was brought up. So the moment you touch a base like this, best believe it is not just me. The players in this very field would also come at you. Article 1 made a post about jump and go artists. That is why I asked him. Because he's also in an ecosystem where other artists, because regardless, if you are even being built to perform, you are going to need a band or a DJ. Would you want to disrespect that DJ? Or would you want to disrespect the band? Is this supposed to be about you? He made that statement that artists, they are some way and then they have a star on them, and like, bro, what if the DJ's way is also to also behave the same way like you're doing? Because you are not the person who created me. You also don't know how I behave or how other DJs or how bandsmen behave. But the bottom of the issue is how we respect each other, because if you know and you appreciate the contribution of all the players in the field, then you approach every player with respect. That is how we grow. And it's not the respect that say, oh, Charlie, come and greet me or come. No. The reason why I've not insulted your profession is that you've not insulted mine. You've not come into my territory to disrespect mine. So I'll forever respect yours. But if you enter into my territory and tell me, and you expect me, you get it. But I'm sure he's coming from a different background. Yesterday, I decided not to engage because Kwame Dazi, we are still, as he said, I just mature. Now, if I engage, I'm engaging for social media purposes. That's all. But one-on-one, it doesn't, Charlie, if it will work for you, fair enough, do whatever will work for you. If you will put food on your table, go ahead and do it. Because we should understand at this point in time, we've seen how models are working in other countries. You sure see some artists go get up, go disrespect the executive producer, and then go scot-free. But it's happening here. And nobody talks about it. How many times do you see artists moving to media houses in advanced countries? How many times? We don't see it. But it's happening here, and nobody's talking about it. And if they're moving forward, they're advancing, we do go get there. Charlie, make a good talk. Come does it.
Slim, this issue it's a double barrel issue, if you ask me. Sometimes you go into a meeting, for example, and then a name comes up, a name that is being considered for a job. You mention the name and say, hey, Akwawe, we need to buy. Akwawe, need to buy, nye, or you call concerning, udidi atem, the person insults people all the time. Or sometimes you go into an interview, you're trying to pitch a deal for somebody. You mention the name, oh, this guy is good, this guy is, he respects people and all that. So, you see, as an ecosystem that has human beings in a community, every individual wants to be respected.
Exactly.
Every individual. So, if you're an artist and you think that you can only thrive on your talent without taking notice of your relationship with other people in the ecosystem, it's going to be very difficult for you because you are not in the ecosystem alone. And you're in our community. You are there with other people who needs your support, who needs your respect and your love to thrive in the community. And I've seen some artists usually say that, oh, because me, I'm very talented, I don't need anybody's, respect or love or whatever. I don't think it is true because you see,
me and my fans,
as we are here right now, if you're an artist, how you relate with DJ Slim will determine how much he's going to promote you. There are some people who are very talented, and I think that if not for certain attitude and character of theirs, they would have been far gone. But they think that, oh, because me, Charlie, the people, they support me. So I don't care about anybody. I can insult anybody. And these people will go to the extent of still trying to have a relationship with some media people that they have disrespected. So I always say that, because we are in one community and we need each other, do not think that if you disrespect people just because you think you have talent, you can thrive. You can't. Even if you can survive to an extent, it wouldn't be to a highest level that you are looking for. So the talent is very important. It is the basis of your craft. But know that you live in a community with other people, together with a lot of people whose emotions and feelings count in your work, everyday work that you do. Now, there is this whole issue about some artists that have huge following because of how aggressive and how rowdy and how abusive they can be to other people.
Some are even cashing out with the same.
That's the other side I'm bringing in. But these same people, if they will be truthful to you, they can also attest to the fact that this kind of character they have sometimes affect what they do in terms of business relationship, because there are some brands that wouldn't want to deal with you because of how you behave, because of how you treat other people out there. So I believe that being respectful does not mean that you are timid.
Exactly.
It just means that you appreciate what others do and you want them to feel very important just as you are. The fact that you are respecting people doesn't mean that you are stupid or you are weak. You can still speak your mind. If you think that something is not going on well in a society, you can still speak up without trying to make other people look less important or stupid, or trying to let them know that they are nobody in the system, always insulting people. So I believe that as a people, we should know where to cross the line. Yes, every attitude you take up for yourself, your character traits, can be a blessing or a curse to you. You might have a lot of people, go on social media right now and go diss people. You see people coming to your post and commenting. Try to be a bit diplomatic or gentle, and then you see just one or two likes there. But there are some people who are getting deals and some brand endorsement just because of the kind of respect they have for themselves and other people. So if you're listening to me out there today and you're an artist and you think that just because maybe you've seen a few examples of artists, showing this respect to other people and they're still thriving, you may go and ask them how that is affecting them as well. They may not come out to say it.
Yeah.
But the truth is that there may be some big or corporate institutions or individuals in society, in the ecosystem, who would want to help these people. But because of how they behave and how they insult people and how they don't show respect to other people, they don't want to associate with them. So respect may not be the core, the engine of your craft, but it is needed because you don't live in society or in the community alone. You live together with other people. So please, you out there who think that you can just come out and say anything because you can talk, because you have the vim, because you have all it takes to talk, please note that talent is not enough. Talent is not enough. There are people who can vouch for you in meetings when they go out to pitch for deals and all that. Sometimes the people who even pitch for you are not people who are your friends. But it depends on how they see you, the character traits that you have and what you say, what you do outside there. That will determine and inform what they will say about you when they go into those meetings. Amen.
Amen. Martinez.
Same.
I take one.
Interesting times.
Yes, he say, as we kill away, they cry. That be the sound they make.
Oh, really?
So mommy tell them that be why they put them for.
Now who know they do those sounds?
Then they really work for you.
Obvious to say
yeah, but so that's the regular sound. Then is supposed to be the regular sound. No, but in mommy the talk say. For you, mommy the talk say then it be shorter. Short ones.
Very funny.
The lover man is here.
Yeah. There's love, man. There's love in the it's blowing. Martinez.
Yes, yes, Article 1 find talents, and that we can't dispute. But his answer to your question, it's not convincing to me. It's either he didn't understand the question well, or he actually had a particular message he decided to come and then just share and leave. That's how I see it. Because if you are being asked why we are not there, I think the answer goes beyond just demand and respect. Because Medical was able to perform at O2 Indigo courtesy Ohene Frimpong.
Yeah.
Meaning that when the artist gets that huge support, that kind of, platform they need internationally, they will be able to, do well, or they will get there, because most of the artists who are there are really putting in a lot and it's draining them. And we've been calling for more investors and, record labels. So I expect artists to use opportunities like this to actually plead or convince big people to come into the space, at least to help. Because when we compare the current state of music to, some time back, you can tell how artists were being cushioned as compared to today. So it makes the work very difficult. I mean, when you're comparing yourself to those in other countries, the kind of support they are having, it's very challenging, which we understand. But of course, you need the support of Ghanaians, which I think we are given. And so when you are specific that we shouldn't focus on character, but rather we should focus on the talent, your character can destroy your talent. It's about being disciplined. So if you are an artist and you are not disciplined, you can't go far. You have to understand that once you're in the public space, obviously you are subject to criticism as well, and not only here. So if Article 1 is saying Ghanaians always call for respect and, we don't focus on... He has been given the support. Solo he released back in the day was a big job, and that's the support he had from the ecosystem, or the DJs and, music lovers. Once people go on the streaming platform, they stream Ghanaian music. We can only call for more hands in the space. So I don't get the answer he is trying to put across. And
That's his answer.
I think he wasted the earth. He wasted the airtime.
So he said the question was supposed to be the reason why our artists are not getting there, because it was a follow-up question. He believed that there are some stuff that needs to be done for artists to get that level of buzz internationally as well. And I said, so what does he think are some of the components of us not getting there? And that's why he said that we should we should respect the artists and then forget their their character.
We should respect them.
Yes, and then
forget about the respect they give back to society.
I can play it again, even if you play it, you realize that the way he was even expressing himself, he was not getting the point well. Because when I'm telling me the person no, but I said
make you play
go ahead and play.
I just came
to make a play again, so we all go be on the same page. Article 1, yes. What do you think is the problem? Why they are not getting there?
I think Ghana is mostly into respect. On say but I think it's about time we have to forget the artist's character and draw another agenda of pushing the artist's talent regardless, because artist character DJ Slim bibi oyemu a different me team cry me to me the yomo sometimes spirit a different a bibi a star entiana a different so handling obia oye emphasis public person money obi handling you people no a different on the DJ Slim to me dey top on social media omuntiase but me no okay what ha omomuti street difference ni e big o e bibi intina ya select go nkwa asi praha e na ya select article so no nkwa e dem ono nkwa enti the nation should forget about
the character
need the
what if the character itself is leading to this destruction of the whole ecosystem? What if
any character nankasa no ani jejereje
should the so-called gatekeepers allow that person's character to destroy the whole ecosystem?
No. I think we should balance it.
Okay,
we should balance it. Okay, the truth is handling somebody who is too characteristics like a bad thing ebia omuhwe na omuntimi ana parking no. But me to me share talent be on. Share the character and I'm say, hey, character no dey but Charlie guy no. Me I feel say character no so kan adwuma no.
Okay.
Person my body but only me am kire no.
Me share them.
DJ Slim net here no. Nti me dem person my body. Me body.
Wait my boy. I mean, feel free.
Slim.
Still.
Oh no. I think he should sit down and listen to himself again. And next time when he get the opportunity to communicate, especially a platform like this, he'll be able to communicate well. Because look, if you want artists to be pampered, then also they're already being pampered. That's because I remember some time ago, Bulldog even made that statement that artists are the most pampered people in the space.
Do you believe that?
Of course, because he's talking about character. If you don't forget the character as he's saying, you cannot manage an artist because a lot goes into it.
Okay.
And
it's
so
good we have an artist manager here.
Yeah, so the kind of answer and I mean the point I wanted him to make, especially having an opportunity like this, I think this is below the belt and I can understand not every artist can communicate well. Getting communication skills is very, very important. So he's a fine talent, but I think he should be coached. He should allow himself to be coached in order to be able to market himself and sell himself well. Because recently he was calling for the opportunity to perform at TGM.
Yes.
And you see, communication is very, very important. How you communicate and the kind of things you say plays a key role in your success. But with what he's saying, we should forget about character and focus on talent there. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Well, I have Ashes here, and I also have Mr. Edem Chitome here. These two wonderful gentlemen, they work hand in hand with artists, and I want us to get into this proper and understand how the whole artist kingdom, or if I put it that way, how it works. I'm dealing with artists one-on-one, up close and personal with artists. I beg, Ashes, we can put the microphone. Yeah. No, your own be this weekend. Your own be this weekend.
Hey, so, from an artist to an artist manager.
Yes.
Hey.
No be easy like that too.
Not easy like that too. From an art share.
I beg.
The Mauba inte. Bisa.
Maybe rapper of the century. Rapper of the century. But Ashes, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
I'm sure you followed up on the conversation. I don't know if you listened yesterday.
No, I didn't listen, but I listened. I read the topics.
Okay. So how does it work with artists? Character or talent? How do you manage them?
Okay, so you see, what my brother is trying to say. It doesn't. Well, he was trying to say that he made a mess out of the whole situation. He didn't explain himself well. It's because he's not an artist manager.
Okay.
But it's because he's not highly creative like them.
Okay. There
are certain energies that come with creative people. Highly creative. Let me put it highly creative.
Yeah.
Let's look around here. See Robert. Do you know why he has this hair on? Can you tell why he has this hair on?
Yeah, creative guy.
He's highly creative.
Yeah.
He will not come out ordinary. If you've studied Robert, let's use Robert as a case study. He could go red with the hair. He could go green. He could go something. You know, it is because the man is highly creative. There are certain energies that play in him that won't play in you. You will not get it until you actually become like that. With highly creative people tweak. You can't box them. You can't put them in a certain cage. They would explode no matter how you see it. That's how God created every sector. Look at the professor. What makes you see that this guy is a professor? You might see the hair or the gray around the mouth. Something, a scientist. If a scientist pulls up here, there is a particular thing that will make you know that this guy is a scientist. They are not ordinary people. You don't see them as mere people. Don't see them like you. You will make a mistake. They have a certain level of madness. If you're highly creative, if you're a genius. Yesterday I was watching Snoop Dogg's page and how the Super Bowl halftime thing started. And then they were doing a little docu on Michael Jackson. And the director was, you watched that, yeah? The director was saying something that he keyed Michael at a particular point where he would go on. At that point, he takes off his shades or his sunglasses. The moment he takes off his there are supposed to be fireworks and blah, blah, blah. And when it got to that point, Michael didn't do it. And he kept shouting on Michael, Michael, would you go? And Michael was just there. He was calling his elements. He was not in his element at that time that the director wanted him to do the thing. But when his element actually landed and he got into character, mind what a show he gave. That was the beginning of Super Bowl. So it tells you that Michael is not ordinary. Like what article is trying to say, we want to see them in a certain limelight, but they are not. Whether they are gospel musicians, whether they are reggae, dancehall, highlight, they are all not the same. They are different people. Do you know what music does to you when you are all by yourself and you are playing music and you are bumping your head? Do you know the madness that you get into? That's you getting into character. You, the ordinary person that you are listening to music and then you're in so high spirit, you're bumping it all by yourself. You are in character.
Yeah.
You even are creating madness. You that you're not a highly spiritual person, you are creating madness all by yourself. How about the one that created it? What spirit did he get to enchant that thing for him to present to you that you are so? You know what music does to you? It entertains you. It takes you out of your misery, your sorrow, your blah blah blah. Let's list them. It is not ordinary.
Okay.
So don't look at any artist as a mere person just standing in front of you.
Okay.
If you don't understand that dynamics, you will get it so wrong. You tell them, sit down. They don't want to sit.
They want to stand.
You say, don't go here. He says, I'm coming from there. That is them. Robert always asks me, how are you able to do this? You have to be mad by your own self to understand that level of madness that they are. They will do things. Because the energies that, wherever they conjure it from, it won't let you have that peace. That's why when an artist is coming out, stepping out from the house, they dress different. They don't want to dress like you, Slim, or dress like me. What will make you see that they are artists? You understand me? When you see Kwame Eugene and his whatever hairstyle, and there should be something. So that behavioral changes is also an attitudinal change. So you need to look at the dynamics and what do they present.
To put the character aside and look at
them. That's what he's trying to say. Maybe he didn't explain himself holistically for you to understand. But me having to deal with a lot of these special people, I call them, it is not a joke. It's not an easy thing. Because there are certain situations where you have to call on God yourself to let the guy understand exactly what you are saying. It might be a simple situation.
But they won't understand.
No, their understanding is different. They want to take you from somewhere. You can prepare your artist on an interview. Don't say this, don't say this, don't say this.
Get there, no.
He could say, the thing you say, don't say, it be no, he won't say. He could agree with you, oh yeah, because if you say this, he could go this, yeah, okay, cool. He could go there and he could say the thing you say, make you know, see. Because that's his element. Immediately their egos are bruised. They get into a different character. When you're having interview and an artist, you guys don't normally see that. But when you ask them certain questions, you bruise their ego instantly. They might not be able to express it for you to feel that they've been bruised. But the moment they are bruised, that's when you hear a lot of tantrums. And it won't stop. It can go on and on and on and on.
Putting that into the ecosystem of which they belong to or they are also a key part of, how is it their character and their talent, the two of them, how is it going to work in an ecosystem like that we have here in Ghana? Let's look at Ghana, our system. How is it going to play out? Are the other players in the ecosystem aware of these things, and how should they approach artists?
That is what he's saying, that we demand respect from them too much.
We shouldn't.
Not that it makes them cagey.
Okay.
You understand me? Shatawale, like he said, is a typical case study. Look, love the talent. You can hate the man for your own benefits. You might not like certain things he do say, but are you going to disrespect his talent because he does A or he does B and you don't like? Okay, let's take your artist that you think you so cherish. Do you know everything about that artist?
Nope.
He also has elements of rudeness, elements of this, elements of that. So you cannot actually, if we don't open our minds to understand that artists are different. I went to tech. I did fine art. One of my best subjects in fine art was abstract. And when I paint abstract, that's when I feel my madness. I was so good at that subject, I don't know, because it's something that you can't understand. You understand me? That is an artist. Any artist that is like highly creative, they do things that they don't even understand. But you, the person appreciating, it is not my madness that you have to appreciate.
Okay.
Appreciate the thing that I've put there. Do you like it? Yes. Is it beautiful? Yes. Let's go. All over the world. Look at R. Kelly. Highly creative person. Look at his issues. Michael Jackson. Who don't get issues? Tell me that one person, Kirk Franklin. Recently, we did read about him. Who no get that particular artist who hasn't got it? Maybe then can be Kenny Rogers. Maybe he's in country. He didn't answer. But the artist that you are looking at has a certain level of madness. And when they are in character, leave that one. Leave that character.
So when they are in character,
that's when they behave the way they do.
Okay.
But when they are mortal, like mere guys like you, he would relate with you. He would talk to you. He would be the guy that you want him to be. But when he gets into character, forget him being that guy that you want him to be. They can never.
So if that character, when he gets into character and it's affecting the ecosystem,
how does it affect the ecosystem?
Okay, so a typical example is if the person gets into character and it's running down one aspect or two or three aspects of the ecosystem, be it whether media, whether other promotional agents, running them down.
So do you understand why I said it is because he, the artist, has been bruised? They won't just wake up and then be in your face and want to attack you, DJ Slim. No, nobody does that.
Some do.
Just out of no reason. He picks a camera and say, Kwame Dazi, you are a fool.
Some do.
Oh.
Some do. Well, maybe then they are in character.
But I like the fact the part you mentioned, fine art. I'm very sure you reckon most of us are artists as well.
True.
Some of us write.
All of us here. I do.
Others do.
I do.
Presentation is an art. It's a skill.
I do reckon.
Voice-over artists.
Yeah.
Even people who develop concepts for events, for programming and all that.
Yeah, I do.
So
I recognize it.
one way or the other, we're all creatives.
Yeah.
And we are all
But
mad
you see, the difference
in different ways.
No, the difference is your element. How you get into your element is different. How I get into my element is different.
Yeah.
You understand? That's what I'm trying to let you understand.
I understand you.
I can get into a different switch. And that switch will make me do something that you won't understand. Why did I just do this? Because at that time, where I am, like, okay, Kwame, you're having your show. And then you are busily reading something. You are in your element. It's not that time that I'm calling you with phone calls. I've called once, twice. You're not picking. The third one, you can pick up and tell me, my friend. Because you are in your element at that time. Maybe ordinarily, even if I call you 5 times, you won't pick up and tell me, my friend. Or, Charlie, you don't know how to do something. You won't do that. You would pick up and say, oh, bro, what's up? But because you are doing something and I'm calling you at that time, and that you are so key in your element, you will switch up. You will flip.
But Ashes, don't you do you agree that talent and character moves hand in hand?
Yeah, it moves. But that's what I'm saying, that the whole argument you are doing is leave that attitude.
So how do you take out the character and focus on
how were you able to celebrate Michael Jackson?
No, I'm just saying.
The same question. How were you able to celebrate Michael Jackson?
If you let me land.
Okay, go ahead.
How would you be able, I mean, let me just put this on the floor. How are you going to separate character from talent? Because if the character puts a sour taste of the talent in your mouth, how would you be able to celebrate him or her?
Do you know how you are seeing it? You are seeing it, you want the person to be...
No, I am not.
No.
I'm not
Hold on. You've asked the question.
Yes.
And I'm telling you that you want to see the person in a particular frame. Okay, I want you to respect. I want you to dress good. I want you to do... No, wait.
Please.
That's how you want to see it, too.
No, please.
But how do you want to see it? Then you explain yourself how you want to see it.
Okay, I think the word respect and disrespect is being communicated wrong this morning. Because if you're approaching anybody in the ecosystem, let's say I'm approaching Robert. I want a placement in, let's say, TGMA. The fact that I'll go call him, oh, bossu, no, they mean say I go lie down, make it step on me. You get them?
Hello?
And no, they mean say I fear him. If I reach out to, let's say, Adam for a collabo, say make you link me to some artist, or I go call him bossu. But not only mean say I won't make it step on me. You get it?
Chairman, As you talk, make I add this to I just defining respect. So to give
Set
a clear
the-
up,
yes.
set the tone. Now, two definitions of respect: a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by the abilities, qualities, or achievements. 2, having due regard for the feeling, wishes, or right of others.
Exactly.
Having
Due
what?
regard.
Due regard.
Having due regard
Yes.
That's
for the
how
feeling.
you-
Okay. That is
Wishes.
not how I'm seeing
Am I lying? How?
No. Just read it again.
Second one.
Having due regard for the feelings, wishes, or right of others.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So if my right, you are stepping on my right because you feel, and that is different. That is abuse.
But this is what I'm saying to you.
That is abuse.
I understand the case study you are trying to put out. But then listen
So
to
how if you abuse me, and then you tell me to forget about the abuse and enjoy your craft,
Now wait a minute.
that is a different
Wait a
conversation.
minute. You are one person.
Yes.
You who think the artist is disrespecting you are one person.
In this case.
In the ecosystem.
In
there
this
are-
case.
Yes, in the ecosystem there are millions.
Yes.
Which he hasn't disrespected. Why did he disrespect you?
Okay. So a typical example, I think we can use whatever he was talking about so that we can get a clearer picture.
Yeah, go ahead.
If let's say, let me use the Didi case, right? Didi as it stands now, it's been alleged that your man go touch plenty girls and things. Now the ladies that are in question, we do not know whether they hold certain positions in the ecosystem, but they represent a group of people.
How did they
Now-
arrive at that conclusion that Didi had done something?
No, I mean investigation and all
No,
that.
yes.
Definitely.
So-
but
so-
then if you pick a phone and you activate the phone onto your social media live, and then you are seen disrespecting, let's say, a DJ, a presenter, or anybody in the ecosystem, a media house, an executive producer, that person might be one, but a representative of a group of people.
So you see, I get what you're saying.
Exactly.
Why don't we say what happened?
Good. But then if you're addressing, I mean,
Why do you want to put a caveat on it that what happened to the person must be forgotten and just deal with respect?
No, it's not about what happened.
How is it not about what happened?
Okay. I
When
think
you
we
touch
can
a
do.
lion's tail, why don't you want
I
to?
think we can do
I
with.
think what Ashes is saying is that there's cause and effect,
Of course.
Definitely.
stimulus and response.
Definitely.
If something must have caused or
Definitely.
gotten somebody to a point where the
Ashes
person is
doesn't
gonna
want to
retaliate.
accept that.
No,
there
so-
are some people or there are some artists in this industry.
You want to say there's
Without-
Shatawale in this industry
There-
who disrespects
without-
people? Say it, let's go.
No, I'm not going to mention any name on this platform.
I mean, that is like the
I-
caveat.
I'm not going to. An artist without. Nobody has mentioned this.
Good,
name.
but you see, where,
Please.
but he
Ashes
mentioned
is mentioning him.
Article 1 mentioned
Yes,
that
he-
we use Shatawale. So why don't we want to?
That's his godfather.
He used him as a case study.
He has the right to use him.
But he mentioned him.
What I'm saying is,
He
what I'm saying
mentioned
is-
him.
And Ashes is also mentioning
I mean,
him.
I'm mentioning him. Let me take the punches when they come.
Okay.
I'm saying that Wale will not wake up for no reason to disrespect anybody.
Oh, in the ecosystem.
There should be something somebody did to him.
Oh, really?
Of course. There should be something somebody did to him. And like what the English you use?
Cause and effect.
Cause and effect. If you've caused a guy and then he's responding to it and you say you don't agree, he might be wrong in certain aspects. I'm not saying that constant abuse
Or
of
he might be unjustified.
Yeah, but there, if you look into it carefully, there should be a reason why he was bruised.
Okay.
And if he's bruised, that's what I'm trying to let you understand. That these people, when they are bruised, they respond different. You might take it cool. Because maybe you, the way you grow up and the way you do your thing, you don't like that kind of noise. But
Yeah, I like that.
I do. So you do. I see a lot of times. Why do you think you do that?
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
No, I like it when.
Why do you do that?
No, I like it.
Why do you do that?
Okay, you make we move on.
No, we're not gonna move. Why do you also do that?
Make we move on.
Come on.
Production they signal me, so we
Same
make
don't
we
go on.
make we move on. You make we move on.
How productions they say don't go on?
Ashes, you want to say Slim no get character?
He over character. Over character.
He gets. Oh,
I say over character.
He won't be over. So you want to say,
I get two characteristics.
Especially.
I get two characteristics.
If you not say I'm well, we always put these people in a certain light, like as if they are the ones who are like inhuman. But it's not like that.
Okay.
It's not like that.
Now I appreciate.
See them like these people, they not be normal. You see them like that. You not be normal.
I appreciate your point.
Yeah.
I appreciate your point.
Somebody's for talk some.
Yeah. Adam.
Adam no talk. Robert no talk.
Yeah. Adam no talk. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, thank you very much, TJ Slim. I think I want to look at it generally before I zoom into. I mean, as human as we are, we all have our, down moments. We have our high moments, and there is what we all call the behavior, and we know that we form behavior. Who we are today is as a result of one, our genetic, biologically, how we were born. Then there is the environment, and the environment comes with so many things, social learning among other things, and all of these things come to make you who slim you are today. Now, when we should not forget is that all of us, whether you sing, whether you play football, you are a presenter, you became who you are as a result of these two things, the biological factor and the environmental factor. Now, through this period, there is the need for you to, like children, parents need to instill in them something, which is what we call social awareness. I mean, if you are a parent and you are listening to me today, try and instill in your child what we call social awareness. And this is the concept of social awareness. Social awareness is fairly simple. It's a person's ability to consider the perspectives of other individuals, groups, or communities, and apply that understanding to interact with them. So what it simply means is that you need to know that your behavior can have an impact on other people. That is, so all of us, at times, we need to be social aware that our actions have the tendency to impact or affect other people. So if you teach your child social awareness, your child knows that if I do this, I'm going to impact either positively or negatively on this. Now, my landlord's wife, he has one child. That child can come and pinch you or beat you or something. Then the mother will beat the child and tell him, why do you enjoy causing pain to people? What the mother is teaching the child is that he's telling the child to be aware of how he impacts on others. Now, if you look at this, there are some elements which help us to be social aware of ourselves. And one of these elements are emotional self-awareness. Now, this is just being emotionally aware. It's a skill of understanding what one is feeling and appreciating how different moods can impact those around us. So if you look at emotional awareness, you need to know that whatever you are doing, that whatever you are doing, that mood can impact on another person. In all of this, there is one thing you need to do: self-regulation. In self-regulation, you need to control the response of your emotion, anticipating outcomes to avoid being emotionally reactive in personal and social situations. So we need that self-regulation that will tell us that what I'm doing may emotionally cause harm to the next person by me. And at times, the ultimate of all, we need to have empathy. Empathy. I will say, yetiminya ehumo bro.
I will pass.
You know,
Empathy. Oh, I will say. So, if you are a child, and all of these things are not instilled in you, you grow to have a certain lifestyle. And one thing we shouldn't forget or shouldn't be lost on us is that all of these things, when you instill it in the child world, what it makes the child is the child grows up to become professional. He becomes ethical. And aside everything, he's able to collaborate with people very well. So, whatever teachings we are having with our children, what we should not forget is that it can impact their professional underpinning or their careers in a certain way. There are some creatives who are cool. There are some creatives who behave in a certain way. And all of them, if you go behind the scene to look at their background, it will give you the reason the people are behaving a certain way. So for me, I do not want to ascribe it to the creative instinct, because there are a lot of creatives who may not behave in a certain way.
Who conform.
So all of these people are as a result of their biological, environmental, and how their parents were able to instill in them social awareness. So for me, my message this morning is to parents. Let's instill in our children social awareness, and we will not be here in future to have this discussion. Thank you.
Psychology professor.
Forever and ever will be from here to have
Psychology professor.
So, mine is, for the most part, when people have a particular perspective, sometimes that's a problem.
Okay.
Because you tend to evaluate everybody's actions and inactions based on what you think is right.
Yeah.
But in as much as you're asking for people to regard you and your feelings and why is somebody stepping on your rights, question is, are you also stepping on somebody's rights? Sometimes you are here, we make statements. There was a particular time, I think, I'm not too sure who said, but it was like, there is no record label in this country. Even Ashiska have said that before. And I think I had that conversation with him. And I was saying that, so what if after everything that Lynx is doing, and he's looking for endorsements, like, some big deal, then somebody tunes into this particular radio station, big, Hits FM, authoritative in entertainment, well knowledgeable. They say, there is no record label in this country.
Meanwhile, they're on their way with the documents to go and sign.
Yes. Then what happens? The person looks like I'm hearing from an authoritative platform that there is. So this guy that is saying that he's a record label, no, is it like did they lie or what? Yeah. Why? Because, and I asked a simple question: Hits FM, is it like CNN? No. Joy Prime, is it like CNN? No. But it's a television station, Abi? Yes. So you can have a record label that may not match to the label that you have seen, but it is a label.
Yeah.
So sometimes some speeches that we are making, I think you are stating fact. You drop your fact, but you bruise somebody. Is that respect or disrespect?
That's also disrespect.
Good, because you have no regard for somebody else's feeling and what is going to feed them.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying is that let's be mindful, because Ashish was trying to point to the fact that there is cause and effect. That you may think you are okay because you said something that you probably have 70% of the people agreeing with you. But there's another 30% who do they agree. And for them, you bruise them. I remember when I was young, I probably shouldn't say this, but okay, let me flip it so that it doesn't go to whoever it's supposed to go to. There are people that when you hurt, you throw a stone at. They don't throw stone.
They bring them out.
They bring, like, they rain. They don't know how to respond in equal measure, or what you call equal measure. No, it's not equal to them.
They carry rock come
sharp, because that is what you understand what I'm saying. So for me, it is important for us not to think we are righteous, and by so doing, forget that there are other people who are seeing things differently. UNESCO or should I say that I'm not too sure whether it's UNESCO or UN, but there are 4 principles or 4 reasons why we learn. We learn to know, we learn to do, we learn to be, and the 4th one is we learn to live with each other. That 4th one, learning to live with each other, simply means that we are all not the same. In that it is important for us to learn to live with each other. Everybody is a constituent of nature and nurture. So in the nurturing process, regardless of who you are by nature, you need to be able to understand other people and how you can live with them. So that we don't think and assume that, okay, yeah, media, I can say this and you cannot. No. Everybody has a place in this particular space. Nobody owns this world. God will create them, putting everybody with whatever character and everything that we have. Do you realize that the rules of the streets, the code and how they work is not the same as, how we operate? No, exactly. What is logical to them is different from... there's a
totally different.
There's an interesting line in Naughty by Nature's song. If you've ever been to the ghetto, if you've never been to the ghetto, don't ever go to the ghetto because you won't understand the ghetto. So say the F out of the ghetto. Because the rules they use, that be rules. It's not the logic there is not your logic. So all I'm saying is that let's just be careful. You understand? However, I think the reality too is this: that character and talent will always work together. Character and talent will always work together.
It either goes for you or against you.
You understand? So you have to be mindful, because for as long as you're going to engage people within your space or a particular ecosystem, don't allow whatever you're doing to bruise people that you need. That's a baseline. So beyond that, and there's a scripture that I like so much.
Preach.
It says that Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and found favor with God and man, or with men. Yeah. So that particular line, ever since my mind was drawn to it, is like, wow. So it's not like having favor before God only, but having favor before God and men. So it's not about just being okay with God. How are you with men? You understand? So for me, that's why character matters, because you need to find that balance. You need to find a way to be okay with men. Okay. Because one man. You are not an island. Obviously, you need to be able to work with people and be able to get ahead. So I just want to be able to bring the balance to the conversation. But Charlie, it's about cause and effects. If you go bruise lion, you get a lion's wrath. It is what it is.
If he come bruise you without you bruising them.
Exactly. So
sometimes too, if you did there, you don't do anything. Then they will come to you.
Then go throw straight bullet to you straight.
Yeah. So sometimes you did.
From Kwame Dazi, the guitar man.
Go catch your boss for somewhere. Where they sitting somewhere.
Maybe say 10 years ago we do something. So
I feel the Akai.
they come for it.
I feel the
10
Akai.
years ago,
You can. You the last time you say what?
Yeah. Kwame Dazi, then you talk something for radio talk. You Kwame Dazi. You Kwame Dazi, you. You remember your line or
we're talking about.
Make I give you your line again.
We're talking about artists and character.
Yeah.
Let's not downplay it. Artists would always have character.
Yeah.
However you will see it, they would always have that character. You might not agree, but
Then they.
you.
But yeah,
If you live in
for the character good day. For me, I think.
but yeah.
So
human being that lives with other human beings.
As the talk say,
it behoves.
they don't see them
Like how
that.
they
Don't
see. No,
don't see, and don't put them in a box.
No, you can't.
Because
You
it
can
will
never
worry
do
them.
that.
It's also see.
However, they are
Slim.
people.
They're human beings. Not that. You see?
And they deal with other creatives. They deal with other artists.
Slim.
And we are all one way or the other artists.
Slim. It behoves. It's also.
We all have the character
I want to
traits.
still use. I don't make a talk. I want to still use Atawale. Why they go be angry right now?
Yeah.
Over something. The next minute he has calmed down. And here you go vibe like nothing happened. Yeah. When he seemed to himself, father, dada, he go come to you. But if you do harm again,
This matter. There are things we can't say on radio, but
I think
there are so many influences to this character.
Slim.
We can't say on radio. Why are you talking?
Why did you come here?
Slim. I've also
that be the thing.
I've also
Why
seen
did you
that.
come? Are you in your character?
Adam wants to say the language.
Are you in your character? Why did you
character
come
too
here?
come.
Me and Mercury get something
And-
to talk.
Mr. Black says Adam was
Are they in character? Because this
Slim.
This week there is a Valentine's Day. They in character.
Slim, in all of this,
Nah, but China, I'm talking about the.
Relax.
oh, is this
Yeah, but my invite time magnetic ticket now. That's now.
I invite them to kocha boxes, baba. So Friday 14th, I beg everybody bring your girl. Don't bring your side chick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just bruise him.
You just so right now, if I get into my element, they'll say a slim there.
Yes.
And a slim there.
And I deliberately bruised them too. So Friday 14th, Val's Day, Grand Arena. Charlie Moma Buana. Eka Befi.
I like
that.
Listen, let's give it up to
Ashes, how do you tell a married man to bring his girl?
No.
The man is married.
No.
Who? DJ Slim.
Please.
DJ Slim. Please. Oh yeah. Send it.
just bruise them. You bruise them.
So I've been bruised twice.
So all this while you've been married.
I have two characteristics.
This evening we go here for 1 for.
Slim. So you're married. All this while.
Please let's listen to Ashes.
14th, please. If you want to get a ticket, pick your phone and dial *714 *1010#. The ticket code again is *714 *1010#. It takes you to the portal. Follow the portals. Better ticket book.
Sharp.
You come. Bring your girlfriends. Don't
like
bring the side
yo,
chicks.
Bring the main one.
Yes, bring the main one.
Yes, bring the
Mr.
main
Kanga,
one.
He said, "Make I give her a ticket."
And them,
Whoever
and
you
them,
go
main.
give, I don't know.
Bring the main.
and them doesn't know. And them doesn't know which of them he's bringing.
Bring the main. We
And
beg.
them doesn't know which of them he's bringing. I found out see.
Adam is confused. Adam is confused, but bring the main one. 14th.
And then he say no, will come. He say get program that day. And then we know so.
I get program for
Which of them are you taking along?
He say get. He call me. He say get program. So look, I don't do that.
Or file be on my phone also. Big file. Big file.
Adam. Link up. Adam.
social awareness.
Yes.
Please.
It's social
You
awareness.
just boost Adam. You have boost Adam.
Social awareness.
Adam tonight. Woto. Social.
So right now I'm surprised. You say social awareness. You don't make aware socially say camera day your top.
Well, on behalf of production, say thank you. Thank you to our wonderful gentlemen. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Kwame Dazi. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Martinez. Thank you, Ashes. Top sponsor, Betway. Betway saying 1 million Ghana cedis is up for grabs. You have the key to unlock 5 free spins in a mega money wheel. So log on.